Welcome to ChessWhiz TV episode 485. I'm your host, The Wiz, and today we're going to play another chess variant. I changed the name of this variant at the last minute because I came up with a better idea. So let's go with this one. It's called Pawn Escort Chess, and no, it's not a pun. So in this variant, your pawns must be escorted by your pieces. I can't wait to throw this out there and play with some victim. Let's put this on standard though, and just see how it goes. So let me tell you exactly how the variant works. By the way, if you're ever watching a ChessWhiz TV episode and you're like, well, what's the variant? He's talking about something stupid. Just look in the video description, because as of like 2 years ago, I started putting the rules in the video description. So it's a quick and easy way to see what the rules of the variant are going to be. Of course, if you're back in the old episodes, 5, 6, 10, 20 years ago, that's not going to be the case. So we've got PhD Discovery in the game right now, and here are the rules. Let's double check that he wants to play this way. So your pieces must always move to a square touching a friendly pawn. Now we've played buddy chess where your pieces have to move to and from. Let me get this straight. To and from, they're different. They have to be moving from a friendly piece. So let's say you put your bishop way out here. It can't move again until you brought something nearby. Now, we're not playing that, so ignore what I just said, because what we're playing is you have to move to a friendly piece, orthogonal or diagonally touching. Okay, so I put this pawn out here. This means I can now move pieces to any of these 8 squares. Pieces, by the way, are not pawns. The king is a piece, a bishop is a piece, a pawn is not a piece. So pawns can do whatever they want. Pawns are not pieces. So this is pawn escort chess because you have to escort the pawn to the finish line, because it says until you promote a pawn. Once you reach the back rank with a pawn, it's no longer a pawn. It becomes something cool like a bishop. And at that point, you no longer have to follow the rules. The variant rules. I guess there's some rules you have to follow. Like, for example, you're not allowed to punch your opponent in the face. That's a rule I learned the hard way. But generally speaking, it's the chess rules that you have to follow. So what I'm going to try to do actually here is go for a touchdown on the side. This guy's 2,000 rated, and we're playing a rated game. So this is a great opportunity to go for the old touchdown. Now, here's the idea. If I eliminate his pawns in an area, then he can't move in that area. He can't move at all in that area. So I'm going to prepare all my pieces to point this direction. Who knows why? I could have gone this direction, but I just figured you can only go one direction in life. So let's go this way. Oh, no. That really blocks me up. Well, I'll push the pawn. The reason is it's an advanced pawn. So now I can move anywhere here. Whereas if I didn't do that, I couldn't. So this advanced pawn's pretty nice. So I guess we'll pull his pawn out here and then try to win the pawn. We're going to try to win that pawn. I was thinking this move would pick it up, but I can't play there. It's not near a pawn. So maybe I'll play this. It looks stupid until you think, wait a minute, ChessWhiz is a genius. He wouldn't make a stupid move. That's right. This is a brilliant move. Okay, so now I can't play that anyway. Thinking some more. Thinking. What I really want to do in this game is trade a bunch of pieces for a bunch of pawns. I want to like take, with these 2 bishops, I want to take these 2 pawns. PhD Discovery seems to be watching the show at the same time. So what I want to do is rack up his queenside so that he then has no pawns there, so he can't move in that area. And then I'll promote a pawn, and then I'll win. Now, it does seem that once you promote a pawn, you'll win anyway. So what's the point of this rule? Well, you get really locked down if you... Let's get some space over here. If you start promoting your pawns, you don't have any friendly pawns, and then you can't move at all. So that's the idea behind that rule, to allow you to still move. So I'm bringing these pawns forward. The idea is now I can move in this area. I'm thinking I'm going to push here. It's going to be take. I'll take with the bishop. It's allowed because of this guy. And then that'll be check, which is pretty cool. And then who knows, he'll be running out of pawns. And at that point, he'll be so demoralized, he'll probably just resign. Let's see what happens. This new water bottle is fantastico. All right, let's see. I'm hearing something strange. Ignore that. He could block, and I couldn't take him if he blocked. He could also do that, and I can't take him. Oh man, this is my last pawn. So what I need to do, here is capture this pawn. That would totally shut him down. That's what I need to do. It'll freeze everything in that area. But I can't move anything there because it's not touching my pawn. So this is rather problematic, actually. I can now chop that off. Okay. Good. What do you guys think about queen takes h4? I just really want to take his pawns at this point. If he runs out, he can't move at all. So that's pretty cool. Oh, also checks are really good. If you think about like if the opponent, let's do this. If the opponent gets checked, his king is a piece. So it has to stay near. Okay, we're going to close that up. Stay near all the other garbage. The king might get really frozen too. So we might actually end up with a kind of a stalemate here. Ooh, he's able to trade his queen for 2 pawns. That wasn't a queen. Trade his item for 2 pawns. I can't take this. Okay, pawns are very important. More important than I realized. Even more important than I realized. Let's go here. He now has 2 of my pawns. He got 2 pawns for a piece. That's probably a super, super good trade. 2 pawns for a piece. In fact, I'm tempted to take this with the queen. I mean, with the queen, I'm tempted to take that with the. Oh, it's illegal. Tempted to make an illegal move. Classic ChessWhiz right there. He's always tempted to make illegal moves. That's like his style. First he gets tempted, and then he's like, "Huh, can't do that." Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, that was a huge blunder for him. Huge, huge blunder. Now he's just lost a pawn. Now he cannot move to any of these squares. These are all locked up. In fact, he's just cheated. That's not to a destination near a pawn. A pawn. So let's offer him a take back here. Come on, man. You have to accept this take back. Take back accepted just in time. I was going to run out of time there. Okay, so now I can promote. And when I promote, I no longer have the restriction, and I will win. Okay, so what did we learn from this game? This is definitely a strange variant. I think I learned that pawns are super, super valuable. None of this matters here. He can't do anything because these are his only pawns. So he can move here, and that's about it. So now I've promoted. So now I can do anything I want, which is going to destroy him. Whoa. You're being weird. Not that that's not unusual. Not that that isn't not very anti-unusual. However, it's just kind of strange to be taking all his stuff now. Kind of strange. I don't have to follow the rules. So he should resign. I mean, like, how is he going to win when he has to stay near his pawns? I don't even, not the right destination. Until you promote a pawn. Let's put this on here. Since I promoted, now I can have no restrictions. And now I've got to do a drooling man face because that is seriously going to cause him to now lose. I mean, I don't have the restriction. How could I not win this game? I mean, I suppose if I had like a fatal stroke and I was slumped over on the keyboard, I could run out of time. But excluding that slim possibility, I really can't lose this game. Now, I suppose I could stalemate him by accident. He plans to get stalemated, I see. But oh, he could have actually caused a little damage here. Okay, he's still doing stuff. He's not dead yet. Is he stalemated? No. It's kind of hard to stalemate yourself, I think, in this variant. So would this be checkmate? Almost. How are you still playing? Check. Help. How do I win in chess? I don't know how to win. Check. Okay, so now he loses because he can't stay near a pawn. What? He's still near a pawn? Check again. Why don't you just lose already? If I take this, you can move your pawn. And then I can checkmate you. Odd. Okay, let's play again PhD Discovery. Now that you know the rules, I'm sure you will put up such a fantastic fight. Plus, I want to see if I can capture 2 pawns of the piece, because you got 2 pawns of the piece, and that was such a huge advantage. The only way I won that game was because you gave up a pawn for nothing, a really, really important pawn. If it hadn't for that, it would have definitely been my own demise, as you had like 4 pawns over here, and I had like 2. So that was going to be an advantage for you. I've just calculated that 4 is bigger than 2, so I would have been seriously hurting there. All right, we are playing pawn escort chess. Sounds like an attractive chess variant to me. All right, being asked in the chat, have you ever played Kung Fu Chess? Saga89 says, play it again. That's right. Episode 400, I believe, we played Kung Fu Chess. It's chess without taking turns. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun indeed. I'm going to just trade a piece for a pawn here. I actually think that's super valuable to get pawns. because your opponent can't do anything with no pawns. So we're going to block the pawn. Oh, I cheated. Oh no. Sorry, I cheated. Bishops can't do that because there's nobody there. However, I have a plan. I'm going to play b3, and then I'm going to play by the rules. What a crazy idea. ChessWhiz is playing by the rules. Okay, so you can't do that, but you can do this, and then you can do that. Okay, so I'm really excited to trade a bishop for a pawn. I have a feeling if I just trade all my bishops and knights for pawns, he'll be pretty much dead. So let's go now trade my queen for a pawn. Is that smart? Seems pretty smart. He might defend it. I don't know if I want to trade my queen for a pawn. I just really don't know. But I could do this. He can't capture me. Ooh, call. This calls for like a man with a sideways beard-ish shape. No, it could be like a bow tie. Anyway, whatever it is, it's me winning. And now I can just continue to destroy his queen side. As you see with these extra pawns that he doesn't have, I can move to the area. Very, very powerful. If you're ever wondering what's really powerful in chess, it's the ability to move your pieces to different squares. That's very powerful. So now I can just keep doing this. He cannot move anywhere in these two files. So my pawn could basically just come down here and promote. I don't know if you have any hope here. I suppose you might be able to escape this way, but watch this next move, okay? Yes, this is why we play ChessWhiz TV. This is why we have ChessWhiz TV. I mean, 485 episodes to get to moments like this. That's cheating, PhD Discovery. Nice Troy. I have to spell it like this. Nice Troy, but you can't do that. This is why we broadcast, because of moves like this where you're like, that's exactly what you're like. So now I can't go there, but I can go here. But why? Why not just take a free pawn and do it later? I mean, he's so dead. Why rush to kill a dead person? That's an important chess lesson, actually, where you're winning. And so you're like, I need to checkmate right now. Attack, 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 attack. That's not true. When you're winning, winning slowly is fine. In fact, it's great. Winning slowly is really good. So don't try to win in as fewest number of moves possible. Be safe. And he's cheating again. And sure. Resign is a possible move for you here. I'll just point that out because you can't move there unless he's trying to steal my rating points. Now, I am rated 1,860. That's a lot of points you could steal there. If you won just 100 billion games, you would take nearly all of them. And so that's maybe what he's planning here, starting with game one, where he makes an illegal move and then waits for me to run out of time. I might catch on, though, before the full 100 billion games are completed. I might notice that's what you're doing is cheating and then waiting. Send him some dots here just to show that I'm on to his little game. See what happens. Got a question from Bob King Man in the chat. He says, have you, King, tried Le Droits? Have you tried Le Droits? But he's asking somebody who isn't me, and the person who isn't me says, yep. Great conversation, guys. Keep up the good work. I really love looking in the chat and seeing people talking to each other and when one of them's not me, because that means we've got a community going here. We're not just wasting time on the chessboard, which we're also doing. We're also building a community of people who apparently love chess variants. Now, I was surprised to find that out, that some of my viewers love chess variants, because I thought you all just came to look at my hands and face, but apparently some of you guys like chess variants, and we have a community right now. So if you ever want to talk about chess variants, by the way, in a community, there's a button up here called Community. You go to Teams. This is lichess.org. You can go to Teams, open that in a new tab. Oh no, I'm running out of time. Help. Now, under all teams, you can look at the most best teams. The Crestbook Chess Club is clearly the best. But if you just scroll, never mind. You go to search. In the search box, you type TV. That stands for Totally Variants. So you put that in, and number 2 is ChessWhiz Totally Variants. You click that, 522 members, and in here is a totally great forum that no one ever posts in. So you can click like Create Post. I want to talk about chess variants. What's going on? How am I 0, but the game is still... Let's refresh this page. Reload the page. Take back sent. Timeout. Black is victorious. Oh, I ran out of time. Bummer. Let's see if I can find someone who has an ounce of chivalry. Couldn't think of the word. An ounce of chivalry. That's what we're looking for right now. Looking for an ounce of chivalry. The nice thing about this team, by the way, I know no one ever posted here but me. You can see last post me. what you can do is if you post in there, I get a notification because it's my team. And so if you ever want to talk to me, that's one way you can talk to me. Now, there's no guarantee I'll see it because I might have lost the ability to see things. I might have like been punctured in both eyes in the time between I made this video and when you made that post. But barring some of those less likely things, I will probably see your post. The odds are. Let's put the rules in here. I'm going to play against Heroku. Your pieces must always move to a square touching a friendly pawn until you promote a pawn. I'm liking this chess variant. Maybe it's because I always win, but maybe it's some other reason, such as it's a great chess variant. I don't know, but I like the way he's starting. So what I want to do right now is take that pawn. Seriously, man, capture the pawns. If you can just take all the enemy pawns, he can't move at all. Now, you can't take a pawn with a king. It's just too hard, right? But I've got 7 things. 7 things that can take pawns. That would take 7 of his pawns. This seems good. I'm doing it. I'm just going to trade pieces for pawns now. I mean, in the first game, I'm like, I don't know, maybe. And then he got 2 pawns for a piece. That was so terrible. Okay, so in the second game, I'm like, okay, definitely trade a bishop for a pawn. Maybe trade a queen for a pawn, maybe. And now in the third game, it's like, yes, kings for pawns. That's what I'm doing. I will trade anything for pawns. Destroy the pawns, and we will be happy. How do I destroy this pawn? Okay, so first I block it in place. Then I can actually move here. Then what do I take it with? I think I'll take it with the knight. I think I'll play here, here, and then I'll take it. Okay? It's like a 4-step plan to victory. Now, hopefully during those 4 moves, he just passes, because I really am not prepared for anything he's going to do. Maybe he'll play knight h3 and then later knight g1. I've had opponents do that. There's a chance of that. I like to stay open-minded about the future possibilities. You may have noticed, like talking about getting both my eyes punctured. I've actually never had that happen before. You might think from listening to me talk that that's a regular occurrence. I regularly open up my front door and get struck in both eyes. But actually, I just made that up. That's never happened to me. So it's important, I think, to keep, all the possibilities in mind, such as you could simultaneously have every kind of cancer in your body, and you just don't know it. It's important to keep that in mind. Oh, I can now complete my plan. Uh-oh, I forgot about the possibility that I have every kind of cancer. For a moment there, I forgot about that possibility. Right after saying it's important to keep it in mind. What a hypocrite. I am saying that's important and then not even doing it myself. Terrible. Terrible. Okay, we took a pawn. Now, the next goal is never lose any pawns unless you're trading pawns, right? Okay, so like for example, we're not going to allow this bishop to take any pawns. Now, obviously it can't because it needs to stay near his own pawn, so we're okay there, but definitely not going to allow such a thing. We're actually going to come back here. We're going to really work hard to take this thing. Now, I'm not sure how we can do that, but we really, really want to take it. In fact, maybe I'll trade a... Okay, so I'm going to play here because I really want to take it. Oh, he just let me. Oh, that was fantastic. That was really fantastic. I actually thought he was going to play knight e5, and then I didn't have any plan from there, but lucky for me, he made a bad move. And now, this pawn, I can just do the thing with the thing until he dies. Okay, here we go. Oh, another pawn. Oh, he's totally dead. I mean, he was dead before, but now he's extremely dead. Have you ever, like, measured the deadness of a person? And then you've been like, wow, this guy's deadness is very high. Oh, this guy's deadness is off the charts, like dead 110%. That's what this guy is right now. In fact, once people get as dead as this guy, I generally start adding time. Because at that point, you're pretty safe. You're going to win anyway. You're like, watch, just to demonstrate that. Okay. Oh, I cheated. ChessWhiz. Sorry, I cheated. I can't take c2. I was so thrilled with the possibility of taking all his pawns that I neglected to follow the rules. Ever that happened to you? Have you ever not followed the rules? You ever done that? One time I drove faster than the sign said I should drive. I'm such a old person that I can operate motor vehicles. And one time I just drove faster. Oh, it was so fun. 2 more moves back. Lots of love. Right here. Okay, so right before I was destroying him, here, I think I can still win him because he's still, as we discussed, quite dead. However, he's not as dead as I imagined because I can't take this pawn. It's not near any of my pawns yet. So let's win the old-fashioned way. Okay, is there any reason? Oh, what a blunder. That would be the same blunder that the other guy made against me. I don't see a way to just win. I'll keep taking space. It seems like a good idea. Okay. Seems good to have a lot of space. Now, I do think I should just promote this pawn, though. So maybe I should pull the bishop back and promote it. Yeah. Yeah, I should probably do that. I don't want to get into a mess on the king side where he's like outplays me or something. Not that that's possible, but just I don't want it to happen. You know how it is. Yeah. So we're gonna just go win over here. Quick before anything gets complicated. Should be pretty straightforward. This is a weird variant. Okay. So now we're there. Now what? Now we can push this pawn. Oh yeah, because then I'm near this, so I can take it. And then get this, he can't move anywhere. Okay, so that's like step one is don't let the opponent move anywhere. I can take that. Okay, interesting, interesting. My whole plan has to change to a new auxiliary plan. So we're gonna switch to aux1 right here. My plan was move the bishop here, then move it here, then move it here, just take all the things. But the new plan, oh, we're back to the old plan. Fantastic. No, that's not going to work. He can take it with a knight. So let's just use the fact that I have 3 pawns facing 1 pawn to probably give him a very bad time. Now, if he's trying to let me win, he might be having a good time right now, but the odds are he's going to have a bad time. He's going to lose his last pawn in this area. Oh, he's so klook. Very klook. This looks good. And then he can't move anywhere. Ah, so funny. Okay. He successfully saved all of his material. Unfortunately for him, now I don't follow the rules. Because let's just paste this part in again with a bunch of dots. Dot, 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 dot until you promote a pawn. Oh, and let's do the quotes in there. So he's just very aware that I can now destroy his face. He resigns. Very good, very good. The face is the body part I wish to destroy. It's generally what I go for. Wanna play again? Okay. He wants to play again. The center is good. I can't decide between opening in the center, because it's good, and opening on the side. How do I take a pawn on? I'm just becoming obsessed about like capturing any pawn with anything. Like I don't even care what I lose. For example, right here, I'm definitely going to take this pawn. And actually, he can't recapture, so I win badly again. This is kind of too easy. Yeah. This is definitely too easy, actually. Now I'm ahead by a pawn, which is 1,000,000%. I'm going to go here because I'm hoping he'll like give me another pawn for just a knight. What a deal! A pawn for a knight. Okay. Interesting strategy. Dubious. Well, it's good. It's good. It's good that I have to think. Huh. This looks fun. Check. Okay, he goes there. All right, so now we're going to go for it. What do we have to do? Knight, then here. And then so that we can move the knight here. He's going to defend with his pawns, maybe. Oh, no, no, he can't take that. Calm down, ChessWhiz. He can't take that, okay? Because it's not near his pawn. So now, oh, this is useless. It's pretty useless, actually, because I can't actually move to any of these areas. But he fell in my tarp. Okay, what do I take now? I take with the... It doesn't even matter. I'm getting a pawn. This is such a dealio. I'll take the bishop. Whatever. It doesn't make a difference. I just took a pawn, and all I lost was a knight, so I'm definitely owning it up. What am I owning? It up. That's what I'm owning, and I'm owning it really well, in case you're wondering. So all I have to do is make sure I don't lose any pawns for pieces. What a terrible trade, and I'll be doing fine. I'm planning f4, f5. Very good. How you doing? How are you doing today? I know you're not doing that badly, right? I was talking to a guy last week and I'm like, how's it going? Pretty good, right? And he's like, no. And I'm like, well, better than last week, right? And he's like, no. And I'm like, well, better than next week, right? You're doing better than next week. He didn't know what to say. Because think about it. If you're doing better than next week, that means your life is getting worse and worse. So in order to be depressive, which is what he was trying to be, he would have to say, oh, no, I'm fine. He would have to say, yes, I'm better than next week. But isn't that a cause for encouragement? Like, wow, I'm doing pretty well. Better than I'm doing next week. It's what a paradox. Yes, there were two doctors in the room. Get it? A pair of docs? Oh, you don't get it, man. Okay, a paradox. That's what it was. It was good. It was good. He didn't know what to say, so he didn't say anything. Then he unfriended me. It was a good time though. Okay, I'm thinking about f5 because I have the most pawns here. Yeah, f5. Why not? How badly can this go when you have an extra pawn? Basically, I can't do badly. No matter what I do, it's going to be good. He needs a little time. Oh no, he's okay. Let's keep doing this. He has to stay near these pawns. For those of you just wandering in, we're playing a chess variant where your pieces have to stay touching a friendly pawn. And his pawns are not really succeeding in life, if you know what I mean. So I'm thrilled to be capturing all this garbage. Watch this. His last pawn. Oh, I love chess variants that are this one where I win. His last pawn. So this is checkmate. Checkmate. Oh yeah. Oh, that's good because he's not near any pawns of his own, so he's just dead. Yeah, isn't it checkmate, man? Don't you resign now? Hmm? I mean, it's not like you can move to your buddies here in one move. Crazy chess variant. Wow. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I spelled with the U. The new way to spell yeah, if you're depressed, you're like this, yeah, which is pretty realistic, if you ask me. By the way, if you're depressed, here's something that will continue your depression. That was it. Did you like it? It was nothing, because nothing will continue to your depression. Wait, everything will. I don't know what to say. Help. Well, I can tell you this much. I'm about to cheat. Let's not cheat. I can tell you this much. The square root of 4 is pretty easy to calculate if you focus. I don't know what I can tell you, man. There's really no cure. I actually went through a list of all the possible cures to depression and concluded I didn't want to do any of them. Because think about it. If I wanted to do them, would I really be depressed in the first place? No. No, I don't want you to think I'm depressed. I'm definitely not depressed. I mean, do I look depressed? No, I'm not depressed. Definitely not. In fact, I've never been depressed in my life. I was just born. I haven't really had time to become depressed. I am worried that he's trading a piece for a pawn. This is a large concern to me. Ever since I started talking about the topic about which we are talking, I have stopped paying attention to all the pawns he's taking. It's really bothering me. I can't capture his pawns in nearly the fashion that he can capture mine. So I don't see any way to prevent that. I really don't. So we'll see how bad it is to lose a pawn for a bishop. Because it's kind of like a chess game where I lost a pawn for a bishop. Beyond that, oh man. 2 pawns for a bishop. Huh. He's winning. Pretty sure he's winning. Dance with me, QT. Dance with me, QT. Did you know that QT is like a development framework for making user interfaces? So when you say dance with me, QT, I'm thinking you're talking about like programming a beautiful user interface with QT. Or maybe he's saying cutie, but I think he's saying QT. If you are depressed, he says, I'm a psychiatrist. Oh, wow. What if I'm not depressed? Then are you a psychiatrist? We'll never know. I want to take his queen, but that's probably foolish to even want that. Probably shouldn't want that. what I'm determining here is that I need to get a pawn facing his pawn, touching it like this, touchy touchy, because if they could touch, if they could just touch, then I could take his with something else. But if they're not touching, I can't do that. You know how it is. I don't see any touchy touchies here, so I don't know. I'll get more space over here. It seems like I'm losing in every area of the chessboard. Oh yeah! Oh, he's proposing a take back. Okay. I wanted you to capture this way so I could have 2 pawns for the knight. Are you going to do that? What's going on? I guess he wants to do that so he doesn't lose his queen, but I would think that you'd rather lose your queen. Let's take with the pawn now. No, take with the queen. I would rather lose my queen. Okay, so I think we're back to chess. If you count my pawns, I have 6. If you don't count my pawns, I still have 6. Whether or not you count them has no effect on the quantity of pawns, and that quantity is 6. I see a queen I could capture here pretty soon. Let's go here. Whoa, whoa. Oh man, I have no time. This would be a great move, but only if you make it within the time limit. I'm about to make that move, actually. Okay, I would love to take that. You can't even do that, yo. That's cheap. Let's take back yo. Yo, just to show that I'm on your side. A few takebacks here. I'm clicking take back. What's happening? So this move b4 is a really bad one. g4. It's g4. So let's go back one more and have you not make that bad move. You can take back g4 if you want. Because it's just blowing away a pawn. Blowing it away? I meant throwing it away. When you say the wrong thing and then laugh, at least your life gets better. If you don't believe me, my life got better, so I have some empirical evidence that that's true. Yeah, don't blow away that pawn. What are the rules? Asks Chess is the best game. So I'll paste those in the chat. Your pieces must always move, blah, blah, blah. It's a really epic chess variant because if you can basically just destroy the guy. Look at this. Should I take with queen? I'm taking with queen. I know it sounds stupid, but I now have 1 more pawn than he does. 2 more pawns. So this is a great test now. Missing a queen, have 2 extra pawns. I think that's way better. We'll find out. But I think I can just promote this thing. He cannot move to these squares because they're not near his pawns. So I can actually just go promote this pawn. There's nothing he can do. In fact, I'm going to ignore everything everywhere and just promote this pawn, which will be his demise. You can't do that. And so he's just dead now. Oh, this is fantastic. Wow. 2 pawns is definitely worth a queen. In fact, now that I don't have to follow the rules, I can just capture all his garbage off this chessboard. That's checkmate. Sheesh. Sheesh. Let's type that in the chat. Sheesh. That was cray. See, very tricky. Okay. So I'm actually thinking that 1 pawn is worth a queen. 1 pawn is more he can hear me say this, but I'm also typing it for you deaf viewers here. Valuable than a queen. Wow, you'd really be missing out if you were deaf watching this show. I suppose you could read my lips. He said something, but I didn't read it. So what I'm going to do now is take pawns. Like before, I would try to take pawns, but now I'm going to obsess over taking pawns. I'm going to just take pawns. That's all I'm going to do. Is try to take pawns with pieces. I don't care if I'm using rooks. I don't care if I'm using queens. I'm just going to take his pawns. Oh, goody. We already get to start. This is fantastic. Okay, so I've taken 1 pawn now. We'll put the rules in the chat here. Yeah, and now I've already won 1 pawn. I lost as a bishop. Now that might be an easy win now. I don't want to disappoint with... let's do this so that I can actually move there. I don't want to disappoint by just slowly winning a game where I traded a bishop for a pawn. So what I'm going to do... Oh, look, a follower. If you haven't followed yet, by the way, please do follow the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ChessWhiz. Then you can be notified every time I stream. It'll be great. I'll love it. You'll probably like it too. I don't know if you'll like it, but I'll love it. In order to maximize my advantage, I'm now going to trade a queen for a knight and pawn. I think that's a good trade. Of course, my pawn will end up out here, which means he could just go take it. That's disappointing. Maybe I shouldn't do that. So I'm going to prepare another pawn here. Oh, I'm not getting a pawn. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Nice try. I want pawns. How can I get pawns? None of his pawns are near my pawns. So I need to get a pawn. I remember what you do. Let's move these pawns out. You get a pawn facing a pawn, and then it's like a race. As soon as two pawns are locked like this, his pawn, my pawn, then it's whoever can capture the enemy pawn with a piece first, they get a pawn. So that's really what we're going to go for here. Well, how did this game start? How did I even... My scroll wheel's not working. He just blundered. He just moved where I could take him. I mean, seriously. We've got to play another game where the opponent doesn't blunder and move 3 just to see how this goes. Okay, so he's going to come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. Okay. Come a little further. I'm going to trade my queen for this. Just watch. He's going to be like, oh, and then he's going to be like, oh. Watch this. Okay, you can't really see his reactions, but... I don't care. Queens are useless in this chess variant. You ready? I do nothing. In fact, I need to prepare for this move. How will I do that? I am not sure. Dart, light squared bishop. I need to put a knight here. Okay. Okay. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to prepare for that move. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my knight right here. Of course, I can't get there in time, but I won't let that stop me. See? Because he's not even reacting. So once my knight gets here, then he doesn't dare push because I could trade my knight for a pawn. Yes. No, wait. I can push this now. Okay? And then we're in that race, right? Because the pawn's touching the pawn. So we go, and I'm one move away. So I'm going to win. Oh, this is so great. I love winning. Have you noticed that I've won every game so far? Well, I've noticed. It's kind of fun. Okay, let's give him some time now that he's totally hosed. I'm going to take this pawn. Then I'm going to throw away the knight, who cares where. And then I'm going to just promote the thing like this. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, Heroku, you have one last chance. Do not lose a pawn. That's what that says. Do not lose a pawn. It's all lowercase, so I won't be shouting at you. Oh, he's just made a critical error. He's moved a pawn out here. So what I need to do is prepare to capture it. Here we go. Here we go. Now d5, that would be a total mistake because we'd be locked. It'd be his turn. He'd come out and take it. Don't let that happen. Okay. Drink some water instead. The only way to take this, okay, is to get close to it. All right. This is a good opening. This is really good. This is called the horses opening. Because you move your horses out, okay? It's really good. Here come the horses. All right. What do you do next in the horses opening? I have no idea. Is this good? No. Is this good? No. Okay, we're not doing that. We are going to very carefully capture all his pawns. I think we'll start with a little fianchetto. I'm not really worried about what he does. It doesn't really matter what he does because he doesn't have the kind of super genius plan that I have, which is take any pawn at any price. He's like controlling the center. What an error. Okay. Look at he's playing the house opening. It's very bad against the horses opening. Look at this. See, look at these arrows. See how they point this way? Yes, that's the arrows of weakness, but look at this. Okay. The arrows of strength. I knew it. Strength is better than weakness. I read it in a book. Okay, so bishop b7. And then bishop b7. Okay. How are we going to capture a pawn? Whoever moves forward, that's probably bad for them. I'm only going one square, see? Because two, that was too much. That's 2 is right in the name because it's too much. We're going to go 1. And then we're going to get ready. We're going to move our rooks in here. Okay, make the perfect house. He's doing that too. Oh, man. The equilibrium has been disturbed. How do we capture this? There might not be a way. Don't push. Okay, we're not going to push. So the other choices are take or leave it there. I've narrowed it down to 3 things. Push, take it, or don't move it. Okay, that's good. Okay. If we take it, it's kind of a trade. Hmm. Hmm. I'm going to go with nothing. You can't go wrong with nothing, right? That's right. Oh no, you can take the pawn with the knight. Oh, I blundered. Oh no. We need to take those moves back. What a blunder. We need to take both moves back because we're trying to perfect this opening. We're trying to play perfectly. And I think that the opening of strength against the opening of weakness is probably the perfect play so far. I don't think we've made any mistakes yet. I mean, black has made his perfect houses of strength right here, and white has carefully formed the formation of weakness. So I really think we haven't made any mistakes yet, but we're about to. Okay, that's not a mistake in case you're wondering. He can't take that because of the special rules. So no mistakes yet. But let's see. I could take that. Oh, it's starting to get interesting. Starting to get interesting. What if I play that and then here? And then, well, he could move his knight away anytime. Let's give him a little more time here. Oh, very dubious. This is a real chin stroker. You know, usually I talk about random stuff like lettuce, but in this episode, the variant is so interesting. Or maybe it's just because I'm winning every game. I have hardly any time to talk about lettuce. Okay, this is the way you play it. This is not allowed because of the rules. Okay, so now we're gonna go like this: wham, wham. Oh, he just gave me the knight. Well, that's boring. We need to take back again. I don't want a free knight. How are we gonna play perfectly if we're giving away knights? That was so blunderous. Seriously. Maybe we won't take back. Maybe I'll just win. I'll end the show. You'll finally do the dishes. You should probably do those dishes. Yeah, that's what's happening here. Okay. Move my knight. Oh, I'll go back here. I don't need anything to win this game. But I am considering now this move. Take, 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 take. Here comes the pawns. Oh, yeah, except that's for free. It's another blunder on the part of our opponent here. Man, we got to play this variant against someone of my caliber. That is what we need to do. But unfortunately, we didn't do that this episode. This is the last game. So what you guys need to do, if you like this variant and want to try it, what you should do is, oh yeah, don't take that with the pawn. Pawns are too valuable. Take that with anything else. GG. What you should do is post in the chat right now if you're watching live, or in the YouTube comments if you're watching on YouTube, say, I want to try this, and put a link to your username or a link to a game you've created, probably your username, and then people will send you messages. They'll just flood you with messages because you know this is a very popular show, and you'll get to be able to play pawn, escort, chess. Just don't tell anyone that you were playing escort chess last night. That's probably not what you want to do. This has been ChessWhiz TV. Thanks for watching.